show my love for you? Can I show my love for you? Can I show my love for you?
TikTok and Instagram Reels have shown some incredible potential to democratize talent, and anything that removes wealth and privilege as a barrier to creativity is a gigantic win for the industry overall. But it's a win that comes at a cost. These platforms are addictive and arguably detrimental for their users' mental health, and from what I've seen, they've left a lot of creators feeling discouraged and left behind. Having been in this filmmaking niche on YouTube for several years now, I'm used to hearing everyone talk about the importance of being original and being authentic, not following the trends, almost to the point that it becomes a bit of a cliche. But now 15-second vertical videos are popular and all bets are off. Everyone doing the same thing, following the same trends, using the same music. It's a little embarrassing, but I get the sense that a lot of people feel that they don't have another option. They can either conform and do what everyone else is doing, or get left behind and not be able to pay the bills, frankly. Short-form videos have really helped me to build a community on Instagram over these past couple of years. So I want to share some advice and some things that I've picked up over the past couple of years of doing this that I think have helped along the way and can hopefully help you to build a lasting community on TikTok or Instagram and not burn yourself out following the current trends. Before my camera breaks, I do want to give a quick thank you to the sponsor of this video, which is my good pals over at ArtGrid. ArtGrid, if you haven't heard of it, is a massive library of amazing stock footage shot by filmmakers all over the world. And legend has it, there's new footage added every single day. So it's only getting bigger. One of my favorite things about ArtGrid is the very simple approach to licensing. They have one license that covers absolutely everything from personal to commercial work, with no limitations on the number of views or the audience size that you can share that footage with. And even if you end up terminating your subscription, you won't want to, but hypothetically if you did, you can still keep using that footage. I also really appreciate the emphasis that ArtGrid has on quality. You can tell they're catering to people who want the footage to be good. You can download it in log, even sometimes raw, which is great for color grading that footage yourself and making sure it fits into your project. I use stock footage on almost every project I make, whether that's just adding an overlay to my own footage, getting footage I wouldn't be able to shoot myself, or even just filling in the gaps for something that I forgot to get on location, which happens more often than I would like to admit. And when I'm in one of those situations, ArtGrid comes in clutch. So if you want to try it out for yourself, there's a link in the description of this video. You can use that link and get an additional 2 months completely free. Thanks again to ArtGrid for sponsoring this one. Now let's crack on. This is a video about short form content, but this is not exactly a short form trail. We got about 8 miles of this left to go. Some of the most basic advice I can give you is to try not to repurpose your existing work, like taking footage that you shot for a YouTube video or taking photos that you took for a photo set and turning them into a kind of afterthought reel or TikTok. And also try to shoot vertically when you can, like turn the camera on its side. It just looks a lot better than taking horizontal footage and cropping out 80% of it to fit it into a vertical frame. This is really simple advice, but it's helpful for building a community that cares about what you're putting out. Because the fact of the matter is, people are going to be much more interested, much more engaged, and much more appreciative of something that you made specifically for them and that's catered to the platform they're using than something that you cobbled together using footage they've already seen. A lot of the points in this video might sound a little simple, maybe even a little cliche, but they really do help, particularly with these types of videos. And this one is no exception. It's to lean into what makes you unique. I started to really notice an increase in engagement on the reels I was posting when I shifted to be posting more kind of outdoorsy, hiking oriented videos. That's what I'm most interested in and most knowledgeable, most familiar about. So posting videos that align with that interest just does better. Leaning into what makes you unique will help you to bring something new to the table, something people haven't seen before. And another practice that will greatly help you to do that is to stay away from the trends, a thing that is very difficult to do on Instagram and TikTok. These platforms revolve around trends. They're designed that way. So naturally, a lot of what you see is trends because there's just more of that going around. But it's important to keep in mind that every trend was started by someone who decided not to follow the existing trends. If you jump on every single new trend that comes up, then yeah, sure, you might get some quick views on a couple of those attempts, but if you want to leave a lasting impact, start something interesting and new, and build an audience that keeps coming back to see what you have to offer, trends aren't going to do that. And for the record, you don't have to use trending audio. There's probably a different track out there you can find on your own that makes a lot more sense for the video you've put together. And ditching that to instead put whatever's on the trending page on TikTok on that video instead just makes it a worse video. It isn't necessarily going to help it do better if it's detracting from what you've made. That's not to say you should avoid the trending audio. Like, I've had plenty of instances where I came across a song that was trending that I liked and wanted to use in a video. Maybe it gave me an idea. You know, music can be a source of creative inspiration. But you shouldn't be giving yourself like a hard and fast rule that every single thing you put out needs to have some trending music behind it. You can take that one step further by not only being skeptical of the trends, but by deliberately taking risks, doing things that you haven't done before and that you wouldn't necessarily do on another platform. What I find most ironic is that TikTok and Instagram Reels should be like an ideal playground for trying out new creative ideas, for taking those creative risks. It's the Wild West. I mean, everyone's there, everyone's making stuff there, watching stuff there. It's brand new, so no one really knows how. It should be flooded with creative experimentation, but for the most part, it seems to be kind of the opposite. A lot of people doing the same thing as everyone else. The majority of my most successful reels have been the result of trying something new, something I haven't done before, something I wouldn't necessarily do on another platform, something I don't see a lot of on Instagram and TikTok, and that might not necessarily do well with the algorithm. But why not? Like a slow, quiet hiking video that's almost all static shots, or a Super 8 video shot vertically but on a 50-year-old film camera. Also, as kind of silly and simple as this might sound, make something good. I don't know if it's because the videos are shorter, or the platform is newer, or people can just swipe onto the next one easily, but there seems to be this weird ingrained idea that you can't put too much time into a TikTok or an Instagram reel, that it has to be a pretty quick process to make it. But you are allowed to really put some time into it and make something good, something you want to watch. And if you do that, if you make sure to put your best foot forward, really sit down and give this project some time and make sure that it's the best it can possibly be, not only are the people watching it going to appreciate it a little more, it's also just a lot more fun to make. And finally, don't let the packaging stop you from making the product. This isn't the first time that I've seen people discouraged from creating something over the format that it goes out in. I've always gotten messages from people who don't want to post on Instagram because of the heavy compression, or don't want to post a YouTube video because of the algorithm. Losing some quality when you upload a video, or having to kind of play the game with a frustrating algorithm, just isn't a good enough reason not to make something in the first place. It's better to create the thing you want to create, say what you want to say, and have to put up with those roadblocks a little bit along the way than to just not make it in the first place. And just like compression or the YouTube algorithm, the fact that the screen is tilted vertically or the videos are shorter isn't a good reason not to make something. What's important is what you have to share, not how you share it.